Everyone in this arena has a money stake in one of our famous couples as we play the game of celebrity gossip, Tattletales. And here's the star of Tattletales, Bert Convy.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tattletales. Nice to have you with us. Nice to have you with us, too. Today, I promise everybody in our studio is going to win some money. Okay, gang? If I'm wrong, you can beat the daylights out of me or something. Let's meet the guys that are going to win it for you, shall we? I should say the girls, shouldn't I, first? On my left, winning money for the blue section, even though she's in green, Betty White and Alan Ludden.
Yeah.
Welcome, and today... what's happening, gang? You ready to go for the blue section?
Ready to go for the blue section, just as we have been every day so far.
No, we're going to be better today.
Oh, you're going to be terrific as always. That's the way it is.
Yeah.
And Password is terrific as always, too. And we watch you and love you on that, and it's terrific, and it's going to be terrific for a long time. Isn't that right?
Yes, don't try to make up.
Next to Betty and Alan, the banana section. We'll be rooting for and winning money for them will be Scoey Mitchell and his adorable wife, Claire.
That's it. All right.
Thank you.
Scoey, it's nice to have you with us. Claire, it's so nice to see you.
Bert, it's
Well,
so
why
nice
did you
to
switch
meet
away from me so quickly?
Well, it's just that I've got Claire out here with me, and you're back there trapped, you see. There's not very much you can do about anything, is there? Winning money for the red section, ladies and gentlemen, the first time with us on Tattletales, Joe and Jill Campanella. How do you do, Bert? Thank you for coming. It's nice to have you both with us.
Thank you.
And Joe and I, we worked together. We did a police story last year.
That's right.
You were the bad guy.
Right, and it became a series for Angie Dickinson.
It sure did. And when here we are, Joe.
Yep. Well, I remember I sang
The
on that
girl
show.
got all the
That's
good
right. Joe
stuff, and-
sang in the show, and I remember sitting in the police car going,
And,
You remember that?
And Charlie Deercop was saying, "Oh, that stinks. That's terrible."
That's right. That's right. Well, anyway, it's good to see you again.
Thank you.
So, gang, here we go. First question coming up. It's worth $150. It's addressed to you, fellas. Ready to go? This is it. Men, which do you find more provocative? Looking at nude pictures of girls or reading sexy books? Now, this is rather a hypothetical question, of course. Which do you find more provocative? Looking at pictures of nude girls or reading sexy books? Go away and think about that, fellas.
Oh, you're bad.
I only read them, my dear. And it's certainly a hypothetical question. We understand that. But, I mean, which do you think that Alan would find more provocative? Would he ever be in the market?
I'm trying to think of what's on his nightstand that he's reading. Raggedy Ann and Andy in the Deep Dark Forest. Reading sexy books.
Reading sexy books
Yes.
would be more provocative as far as that. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Bunch of guys up there going, yeah. Okay, bring on Alan, please. Alan, which would you find? Oh, it's been deep thought. Which would you find
Well, that's
more...
not just a light question. That's a very heavy thing you've asked me to think about.
That's true.
This is a very heavy show, I got to tell you.
Oh, yes.
Very
Yes.
profound.
Yes.
Books.
That's what you said. You're right. You're absolutely
We're on
right.
our way. This is our day.
This is it. Okay, guys. Claire, what about Scoey? What do you think Scoey will say?
Gee, I've never known him to read provocative books or look at pictures.
Really?
But I'm going to say books.
Okay. Just in case, you're going to
Yeah.
say books.
Yeah.
Closet
In
reader.
case it comes up. Betty says he's a closet
Because
reader.
I don't know. I really don't know. That's a guess.
Okay, let's bring him on. Scoey, which would it be more provocative, do you think? Pictures or books?
Oh, I'd have to say books.
That's what she said.
I'd like to qualify that,
Right down the line.
I'd like to qualify that. I really become very warm when I read.
Never mind. You don't have to qualify.
No. No, sexy books with pictures of naked girls.
Yes, right.
Well, they
A
assume that
combination
much.
of the two is what you're saying. right,
Yeah.
Scoey? Thank you. Anyway, you have a share of the pot. Jill, how about Joe? What do you think he'll say?
I don't know. How would I know what I don't know. I'd have to say books too, because I think that would turn me on more than looking at naked pictures. But so I'll say books.
Okay, you'll say books too. Let's bring on Joe. Joe, what do you think it is? Books or pictures, sir?
Charlie Chan once said, "Picture worth 1,000 words." That's wrong.
Yes, she said books.
You've got to
But
cut out that
nevertheless, so that means Claire and Scoy, Betty and Alan win. They split the pot. We'll come back to find out who else is going to split the rest of our pots in just a minute. Come back with us, won't you, please? Okey-dake. Okey-dake.
Okey-doke.
Can we start over again? 4, 3, 2, 1. Okey-doke.
Okey-doke.
We're back, ready to go with question number 2. This is it. Boy, when you blow an easy one like okey-dake, I mean, that's...
It's Moby Dick, Moby Dick.
Okay. Betty, you're terrible. You're really terrible. Men, do you ever find yourself envying the younger generation's so-called sexual freedoms, thinking you might have missed something when you were younger? Do you ever find yourself envying the younger generation's so-called sexual freedoms, thinking you might have missed something? You know, I've never read a question with the card in my left hand. I can't do it.
You can't read left-handed.
No, I can't read left-handed. Now, this way I can read it just fine. Now, do you ever find yourself envying the younger generation's so-called sexual freedoms, thinking you might have missed something when you were younger? Go away and think about it, fellas, and we'll come back. It's much easier that way. Betty, how about Alan? What's he going to say?
Well, Alan likes the younger generation very much, and he likes their freedoms. But I really have heard him sound off on the subject often enough that he really feels that they gain a lot of sexual freedom, but they lose some of the I don't know, some of the fun with it. It's like playing handball with no backboard. If you have too much freedom, there's nothing to know what's freedom and what isn't. I think no.
No, he's going to say...
I could have said no in the first place. It would have been simpler,
no,
right?
No, you qualified it beautifully. You're going to say that he's going to say no.
No. Yes, I mean, yes, I'm going to say he's going to say no.
Yes, you're going to say he's going to say no.
Right,
Oh,
yes.
we could go around like this for a long time, couldn't we? Okay, no is the answer. Let's bring him on. Alan, do you ever feel that you missed something when you were younger?
That's all. That's never. Just. Are you ready, gang? We're on the upswing. I am so sure we're going to win on this because I got to tell you something.
Would you like me to repeat the question?
I didn't miss anything. I don't ever envy it.
That's what the lady said. and You're right, sir. All right. You have a share of the pot, Alan. Thank you. Claire, how about Scoy? Do you ever? I asked him. Do you ever find yourself envying the younger generation's so-called sexual freedoms? What do you think? Does he?
I'm going to say no because I don't think Scoey missed very much.
No.
No. Coming up as a young man, so he has nothing to envy them about.
Right.
What they're doing now, he did years ago, but
Right.
it was just done a little more discreet and a little less quiet.
Right. Just a little more sneaky about
Yeah,
it. That's all.
right. Not everybody knew about it, so I'm going to say no.
Okay, you'll say no too. Let's bring on
Yeah.
Scoy. Scoy, you think you might have missed something when you were younger?
I didn't miss anything until about a year and a half ago.
Until what? Until what?
So you don't feel like you've missed anything from the compared to today's younger generation?
Oh, no.
All right. Well, you're right.
I've probably gained more. I've been married about a year and 3. I heard what my wife said. I've been married about a year and 3 months now, and the younger generation should live at my house.
Well, moving right along, folks. You have a share of that pot. I want to thank you, Scoy.
Keep up that way and they will.
Yes. You be careful, they'll all be over. Jill, how about Joe? What's he going to say?
I think he'll say no because I think that he thinks that the younger generation probably is missing a little bit of the romance and the mystery, and I think he thinks that was all part of it.
Okay, let's bring him on and see if he thinks so. Joe, what's the answer now? Do you think you might have missed something when you were younger?
No, I don't envy them. No, I don't think I missed anything.
Yeah, that's what you said. You're right. Everybody's right again. We split that pot 3 ways, and let's see it. Shall we do that? There it goes. That means the blue and the banana section are tied with 125 at the halfway mark. We will change places. The fellas come on out here. And while we're changing places, we're going to break away for just a moment. Please come back after this message for you. Will you do that? Okay, gang, we are back.
Okay, you did that good.
See, I said okay perfect that time.
Yeah.
Lucky I didn't try to say okey-dake. Okay, we've changed places. I have the fellas out here with me. The ladies are in the rear, aren't they?
Are
Ready
they
to go? They're all set. Now, Alan, don't start that on me now. Everything is fine here. Girls, this question is addressed to you. It's worth $150. This is it. Girls, you're dining alone with your husband in a very posh restaurant. Your husband is given a menu with the prices on it, and you are given one with no prices on it. Before ordering what you want, would you ask your husband what it costs? Have you got the picture now? You're in a very posh restaurant. You're both given menus. Your husband's has the one with the prices on it. Yours doesn't. Before ordering, would you ask your husband, what does it cost? Think about that, ladies. We'll come back for your answer shortly. Okay, now that is the routine. That does happen, of course.
Yes,
you go to a restaurant and
yes,
they hand out the menus,
yes.
and if, say, you're the host of several people, or even just the two of you,
right.
what would she do?
Well, I tell you what. She loves to go to restaurants, and she loves the romantic kind of atmosphere. And she figures that if she goes out to eat in a romantic kind of a nice restaurant, because she doesn't care so much about the food as she does the atmosphere. And ordinarily that atmosphere costs money, right?
That's right.
She doesn't give a darn about the cost. She would no more ask how much it would ruin her meal if she had to ask. So we're going great now so far. This is an absolute in.
All right. So you're going to say that Betty's going to say no, she wouldn't care what it cost.
No way.
All right.
All right.
We'll find out. Let's bring her on.
Watch.
Betty.
Yes.
All right, now you're sitting there in this posh restaurant.
Yes.
You know that he's got the prices on the menu in front of him.
Yes.
Do you care? Would you ask him what it costs?
No.
That's what... That's what the man said. Do you like to eat, Betty?
I love to eat, and I love to eat in those posh restaurants where you
Right.
say to the waitress, is there soup on the menu? And she says, if there is, you can wipe it off. You know, those classy places.
I'm not going to give you a chance for any more of that. You've got a share of the pot. You're absolutely right, darling. Scoey, what's Claire going to say?
For years, I have tried to teach my wife to order from the right-hand side of the menu. You know, I'm really baffled.
No, this is Tattletales.
No wonder I'm not doing too well. I'm going to take a shot in the dark and say, it's a posh restaurant.
Yes.
I'm going to take a shot in the dark and say, no, my wife would not ask. My wife, when we go out, and whatever the evening costs, that's what it costs. So
Yes,
I'm sure, I'm almost positive she wouldn't ask.
Okay. You'll say no, she wouldn't ask.
No, I wouldn't say that, but I'm sure a lot of people would sort of say that about her, but I personally don't.
No, wait a minute. You're going to get me in a lot of trouble here. You're going to say that Claire would not ask you what it cost, right?
Well, she hasn't, no.
Okay, so...
But there's always, you know, a chance that she...
Okie doke.
I'm going to bring her on here now. If you're going to change your answer, you're going to do it.
She
wouldn't ask.
She would definitely not ask.
Oh.
No, she wouldn't ask.
Let's bring her on quick. Hi, Claire.
Hi, Barry.
Okay, you're in the restaurant.
Uh-huh.
It's posh.
Uh-huh.
Would you ask Scoey how much it costs?
Yes, I would.
I'd like to explain this.
Can I say
Now,
something?
that's not what he said, but he wants to explain it. He
No,
said-
I'd like to explain it.
You were acting like the Luddens.
No. If I'd have
You
had
said
enough
no?
time to finish my answer.
Yes,
I heard
we-
that clapping, and I thought you said yes.
No, he didn't. But
That was the other section's clapping.
Yeah, that was the blue section going bananas that time. Whoever saw a
Scoey.
blue banana.
Bird, can I just say something?
Sure,
Scoey?
darling.
Anytime you say I'll only buy 1.98 hat, how can you say I wouldn't ask the price of food?
That's true. That's true. But I'm
Right?
sorry that he didn't recognize that. I would have known that, but he didn't know that. So there's no score
He's
there.
lying about my
Joe, how
being
about Jill?
I don't think she's ever asked before, and I don't think she knows the prices are there, so I'd say no.
No, huh? She doesn't know the prices. She doesn't really think about that. She
I
just-
don't think so.
Really? Okay.
I don't remember any occasion, at
Do you
least.
cook? Are you a good cook?
I can cook breakfast, great, yeah. All right, breakfast cook. But she's the gourmet.
She is, huh?
She knows what she's
My
doing.
wife burned cornflakes.
You didn't tell her you don't cook them?
Oh, are you going to get it when she sees this? Oh, she's there listening. Hello, Claire. How are you?
Every word he's saying.
Whoops. Okay, you're going to say Jill no would not ask what it costs.
Right.
Let's bring her on. All right, Jill. Now
Yes, sir.
you're in this incredible place. It's beautiful. The waiters are coming over and soliciting. And no,
They are?
No, what I meant was, I meant the waiters are being solicitous and helping things out. And you've got the menu, and he's got the prices. Would you ask him what it costs?
No,
That's what he said.
the fun of going to a
And that
posh
means Ben
restaurant.
Allen, Jill, and Joe split that pot. And there's the score at this point. The blue section is in front with $200, and we'll come back and see how it all turns out right after this message. So come back, please. Okay, here we go. Okay, I got it right, gang. We are back. This question is worth $300, and here it comes. Ladies, it's addressed to you, and here it is. Girls, when one of you is telling a story, which of you is more likely to interrupt and say, oh, that isn't quite right, dear. It happened this way. Now, don't make a sound, girls. Don't give us any indication of your answer. When one of you is telling a story, which of you is more likely to interrupt and say, that isn't quite right, dear. It happened this way. Think about that, ladies. We'll come back in a moment. Oh, now that's a wonderful situation. It happens to all of us all the time. What's Betty going to say, Alan?
If anything breaks us up, it's going to be the fact that I'm always doing that.
You interrupt her, do you?
I don't necessarily understand sometimes the joke she's going for.
Aha.
And I have been known to blow the joke.
Jumping in there
Yes,
and,
yes. So let's say, no question, kids, we're in. She's going to say, I am.
Yeah. Okay.
But I've said that before
Yes,
this
the
week,
blue
haven't I?
section has heard that before.
Yeah,
haven't you,
yeah.
gang? All right, let's go. She's going to say you.
Yes.
Let's bring her on. Now, Betty, which
Now,
one?
Bert.
One of you is telling a story. One of you is going to jump in and say, no, that's not quite right, dear. Who is the one that jumps in and does that the most?
I don't even want to play this game. You know that. In spite of hating to be interrupted, I'm afraid I'm guiltiest. I'm not guiltiest.
No, he said he's the one who's more skillful.
Truth is not a fountain.
He was so positive, Betty. He said, gang, we're in. This is for sure. It's not the way it is, huh, Betty?
Betty,
What, Alan?
Give it to her, Alan.
Don't yell at me.
who are you? You didn't mean to say what you just said, do you?
I did because I'm honest. If I'm nothing else, I may be a bore, but I'm honest.
You'll never be boring, but you're wrong, Betty. Is the
Wrong,
problem.
too, I am.
Honest.
Sorry,
And built
gang.
like a
That's
little...
not what the man said. He said it was himself, Betty. All right, Scoy, what's Claire going to say?
Well, if anything breaks us up, it'll be that.
Wait a minute.
I don't always understand the joke that she goes. It's me.
There's an echo in here. Do you know that?
No, it's me. It's
It is?
definitely me. Yeah.
You do that, huh?
I mean, there's no doubt about it, folks.
Yeah, right.
You keep going. The competition
We're in.
is winning.
We're in. We are in. I continue. See, I told stories for many years, so my wife never interrupts me out of professional courtesy. But I'm always telling her, no, you forgot such and such part. And so,
I see.
So it's me.
So it's you. Let's bring on Claire and find out. Okay, Claire.
Yes, Bert.
Here's the question. When one of you is telling a story, which of you is more likely to interrupt and say, that isn't quite right, dear. It happened this way?
Me.
That's not what the man said. No score there, Alan. All right, now listen. Nobody has this one right. This one is worth $300. It's up to you, Joe. What's Jill going to say?
Well, there's a two-pronged answer to this. Generally, Jill tells long stories, and I keep telling her to hurry up. However, I tend to romanticize my stories, so she tends to correct me with the facts. So I would say she does.
You'll say she interrupts more.
Right.
Let's bring her on, find out if she agrees. Jill, I don't want to in any way put you under pressure, but no one has gotten this right yet. So $300 is riding on this. Let me repeat the question.
Please.
When one of you is telling a story, which of you is more likely to interrupt and say, "That isn't quite right, dear. It happened this way"?
Joe.
All right, that means nobody gets that money.
No. Yes, you do.
That's not what he said, darling. I'm sorry.
That's what I mean. You always interrupt. Say, hurry up.
Okay, that means at this point, gang, what can I tell you? Jill and Joe have 125. Claire and Sco have 125. Betty and Ellen have $200. And our time is up. That means the blue section wins it with Betty and Ellen. Boy, talk about coming from behind. We'll be back in a moment after this word to tell you what happened, okay? All right, we are back. Congratulations to our winners today, the blue section with Alan and Betty. How about that? They won $200. We have $1,000 to that for a total of $1,200 for the blue section. Goodbye, everybody. We'll see you next time on Tattletales. Bert Thomas saying so long. Goodbye.
This program was edited for broadcast.
New Year's Eve, Dick Clark rocks GSN with a 6-hour marathon of the $100,000 Pyramid.
Yahoo!
The $100,000 Pyramid Marathon from noon to 6 p.m. December 31st, only on GSN.